Hey everybody, welcome back to Factorio CTFO. I'm Joe Mama, your host. As you can see, some things have happened since last we were on. However, let's go back and take a look at some of the things that happened offline for your viewing pleasure.
I was on my ACT upgrade, standard 4VX. The AWACS guy was out to lunch, so I couldn't get no decks. I knew that they were hostile, but I couldn't take the chance. So I flipped the switch to Alford and said, boys, it's time to dance. And he asked me, where you going? As I started to diverge, said I had enough of this shit, man, I'm going to the merge. Cause BBR is great, but now it's time to have some fun. So Dark Star Judy Judy, I'm going in for guns. I was flying as a bandit doing dark gray wick support. I was out there by my lonesome cause my buddy was a mort. And I saw that big fat fucker in a turn off to my right. He was either lost or he was looking for a fight. So I put him in my hood and I almost flipped the switch. But then I thought, how could I miss? Cause that's a huge bitch. And only a big pussy would use the 2 Fox 1s. It's time to get medieval, I'm going in for guns. We were back in Iraq for the second set, killing every fucking thing that they parked in a Revette. When I saw me close to 69 trucks parked in a row, and I knew I shouldn't do it, but I just could not say no. And I called up 20 Mike, and I rolled in for the pass, knowing my commander, he was gonna chew my ass. But this issue's black and white, like a school bus full of nuns. Someone's gotta make the call, I'm going in for guns. I'd been out for Mexican and my stomach was a knot from a greasy chimichanga and 2 tequila shots. And we had to step in 5 for my 1D ACT as I yelled over my shoulder, don't nobody wait for me. And I was running down the hall like I'd never run before. And I began to wonder if I'd make it to the door. Cause every second counts when your ass has got the runs. And I made the call behind the stall, I'm going in for guns.
Okay, so there goes our science labs going to town with some red science, as you can see. And you know what? Let's let that finish up. So, as you can see, we have gotten green science set up, and why is it running slow right now? Oh, because we're running out of what do you call it? We're running out of yellow inserters. Okay, and no surprise there. Everything's sort of dependent on us being able to produce iron. But we've got red science going, we've got green science going. We've set up a little bootstrap area here for belts. And that's probably what we're going to be concentrating on quite a bit, is we're going to be concentrating on getting a lot of the bootstrap things done that we're going to need to get done. Okay, yeah, and we're going to be chipping our way through these sciences that we've got. And landfill, yeah, we're going to go ahead and start research on that. Let's also take a look. If I go down here, I've got a collection of some of the things that we've collected, I put them in crates. Some of the things that we managed to pick up, scrounge together while we were out there. Okay, yep. Okay, those miners right there. Okay, I'm looking at this like, is this all in the crate? No, this new GUI is a little bit different than I'm used to. So now the crates, the contents of the crates, just look a little bit different. That's all. But yeah, we found some oil refineries. We've obviously found artillery rounds. We found red, blue belts and splitters. We've gotten a whole bunch of mining machines. I'm putting some of the stuff that we can't use right away in here. We actually found some laser turrets. That's kind of cool. Let's see. We found a couple of nuclear components, heat exchanger, a steam turbine, and then just a bunch of minerals like coal, stone, copper, and ore, and iron ore. So, I mean, nothing terribly earth-shattering, but it's enough to kind of get us going. I think we have steel. Have we already researched steel? Let me take a look. I think we have, which means, do we have the ability to produce steel furnaces? Yes, we do. Okay, so what I'm thinking we need to do then is, let's do something with this stone. I mean, look at this map for a second. This is our starting area, but we've got this big area of water just encroaching in to what's supposed to be our area. So that's land that's potential for land that we could be building on, but it's not. Okay, there's the landfill. All right, so let's go ahead and do military science as well. So yeah, I mean, if we can get landfill going right away, then we can start producing. This just takes a long time to produce. So if we take a bunch of these mining machines, and I'm thinking we'll start with 8 and just have something working on the stone. Plus, since we're in the process of, let's see, do we want to go that way? Yeah, maybe not that way. You know what? We can go the other way. Since we have coal and we have the technology to make steel furnaces, which produce stuff pretty quickly, we found 18 of them. And that's great. But we're going to need a lot more than that to really up our Factorio game. And we might as well start making them. And in order to make them, we're actually going to need a crap ton of... oh, right, the trees fall much faster now that we've got the new pickaxe. I call it a pickaxe, but really it's just mining capability. It's, what's the word? Mineral harvesting capability, mineral mining capability, whatever you want to call it. Well, what do you want to call it? Let's actually take a look at the science and see what it says. It is just, yeah, steel axe increases your mining speed, which I think also seems to increase the ability to cut down trees, which is fine by me. Let's get some of this stone out of the way. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, we'll get stone going. We'll get a smelting operation going, because we actually do need to do that. Kind of a pain in the neck, but we actually do need to set up some sort of smelting. If we want to make steel furnaces, we need stone bricks. If we want stone bricks, we're gonna have to tap off some coal here and set up a little bit of a smelting area here. Kind of a pain, but whatever. We'll work with it. Let's set up a splitter as well, because not all the coal that we're going to need, not all the stone that we're going to mine is going to be needed for this. So that's just as well. Oh my gosh, with this thing, I don't know if this is something that a mod has done, or if this is actually part of the vanilla game now, but this thing where it actually creates tunnels around obstacles is a little bit weird. It's hard to get used to. Okay, so we've got that, and let's go ahead. I think we're gonna dump. Can I actually make any? Any steel furnaces? No, I can't because I don't have stone bricks. Got it. So we're going to at least need to make a few. Oh, did it actually... Sapphire Ector tree is in the way. Okay, that's part of the aliens biome, right? Maybe? I've never seen that before. Usually it says player in the way or something, but no, it's actually naming the tree that is in the way. That's kind of cool. Okay. Oh, here we go again with the stupid tunnel. Okay. And let's get this tree out of the way. Is it already out of the way? Good. Alright. So yeah, it's been a little bit since, obviously, since I recorded. We've just been very busy. Like I said, I've said this before, we run a business, and it is a lot of work. A lot to do. So has anybody... You know, this is Factorio CTFO, so we can sort of chill the frick out a little bit. By the way, speaking of chilling the frick out, hope you enjoyed the little fighter pilot humor there in the beginning. You know, it was the idea of being a fighter pilot, and that just sort of was the initial subject, the initial thing that got me interested in the military. It was the beginning of the rabbit trail down to being interested in the military. So when I see that, it's like, okay, can I only make 4 of them? Why? Because there isn't much in the way of steel. Got it. Or iron. So yeah, I find that funny. I find it funny. I get the humor. Excuse me. I've been a fan of all things piloty for a long time, and I get everything they're saying. It might seem like might not make sense, but I get it. So anyway, just sharing a little bit of my humor along with you guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and make a couple of these fast inserters. I guess I should look and see exactly where we're at as far as power consumption. I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. Speaking of which, don't know how many of you, what the age group, what the demographic here is, but has anybody actually noticed? Has anybody paid attention to Ford now? They've released this new version of the F-150, the Lightning electric truck. Not sure. Just wanting, I guess they were just wanting to get into the market, which I can totally get down with. All right, and the price is actually really decent for considering how much it costs for a Tesla. I gotta say that Ford they got my attention with this one. Now it's still a Ford. And if anybody's capable of screwing something up, if any car company is capable of screwing this up, it's going to be Ford. But it's going to be interesting to see what they do with this. Okay, hang on. Why have I... Okay, got it. So I'm actually going to need to create a couple more of these things. Yeah. But yeah, I saw the price and, you know... It's actually about $40,000, but with the, I don't know how many of y'all are in other countries or whatnot, but here in the States, you get a $7,500 tax credit if your vehicle is an electric vehicle, and that is effectively takes, I mean, it's a credit. It's not a deduction, it's a credit, which means it's dollar for dollar what you've paid in taxes. They will basically return that to you up to well, it is $7,500. So you would actually get that credited to your tax return at tax time. your tax refund. So it effectively takes $7,500 off the price of the truck, and that brings it to a little over $32,000. And to me, it's like, ooh, an electric truck. It's all-wheel drive, and I can do local grocery runs, local supply runs, and I can pick up lumber, take stuff to the dump for pretty ridiculously low price. I think, as it is, we pay like $300 a month to put gas in the gas pickup truck that we have, and I'm kind of excited about the idea of, oh, we're using all of it, aren't we? Okay. This steel furnace, let me guess, we probably actually need to make steel. Yeah, we do. Oh, I've got plenty of steel. Yeah, okay. So, if that's the case, let's go ahead, grab a stack of that, and, yeah, there we go. Cool. Make a bunch of that, and then I think we're actually going to throw a couple more mining machines down here, just because, for now. But yeah, it's, you know, for being an electric, that is a really good price. And I guess they're assuming they're going to sell a lot of them, and I think that's a fair assumption. And I know I've heard the arguments, oh, let's keep science going. We have science, let's keep it going. So Automation 2, start research. Damn, Skippy. And look at the green and red. Love it. Nice. Okay, so I've heard the argument regarding electric vehicles that, well, it's stupid. You're still plugging it into the wall. You're plugging it into the wall, but everybody knows that you're basically trading 1 gallon of gas for another, because it's still being powered by fossil fuel, right? Isn't that the argument? Well, that is technically true, but it is a disingenuous argument, and it is a fallacious argument. It's disingenuous and it's uninformed, put it that way, because it's fallacious and, or what's the word? It's uninformed because there's some things about that argument that people just don't understand, but it's also disingenuous because there's things about it that people do understand, but they're just thinking the rest of us are dumb on the subject. For example, they'll say, oh, well, you're just trading 1 gallon of gas for another. Well, you know, when you plug something into the wall, you're not just being powered by fossil fuel. Everybody knows that. It's hydroelectric, it's solar, it's wind, it's nuclear, which I'm a huge proponent of. And there's all different sorts of power that are putting power onto the grid. So you're trading, you're trading a gallon of gas, but for a whole slew of power. But also, let's ignore that argument. Let's say that the power out there on the grid was indeed 100%. Okay, so if I'm gonna make steel, did I actually made a couple of these, and I'm actually going to start making some steel. Okay, yeah. What did that say? It says stone furnaces? Oh, it's in the way. Got it. But what most people don't realize is that, yes, okay, fossil fuel, let's say it's 100% fossil fuel. Got it. But is that the power plants on the power grid, even if they're all diesel or oil or coal or whatever, you've got multiple power plants on the power grid. Those plants are always operated at basically close to peak efficiency. It just makes economic sense, not just good environmental sense, but it makes economic sense for the power companies to make sure that those power plants are always operating at their peak efficiency. So, for example, you can run a generator, you can attach it. Imagine it, think of it like your car, which is the whole point of this argument, right? You think about your car. It's a single fossil fuel engine attached to a single load, which is your car. And if, you know, modern cars now have those, gas mileage tracking features, and they can tell you how efficiently your engine's running. And very rarely do your engines run... Okay, what's going on here? Okay, it's paused. Very rarely do those engines run at peak efficiency or even close to it. Usually it does not run it. It runs nowhere near peak efficiency. You know, you're sitting idling at a light, you're, you know, going up a hill, you're just, you're going slowly in, you know, second gear or something like that. The engine just isn't operating at peak efficiency. And same with generators. If you attach it to, let's say, one generator to your house, and your generator could theoretically power your house, but you're not running the stove. You're only running, let's say, the refrigerator, and all the lights are out, everybody's out of the house, but you're sitting there playing your Sony PlayStation or something. And generators hate that. On the other hand, they love it to be loaded up to almost close to their full amount. And if they're not loaded up, if they've only got a fraction of that load, they're going to consume a crap ton more gas, a crap ton more diesel, or whatever it is you're burning. So the same is true with your car. If you've got a single car, a single engine, it's going to, sometimes it's just going to be running at very low capacity, but also means low efficiency. And whereas at the power plant, they can turn generators on and off to make sure that whatever the load is, whatever time of day it is, it's always 80%. That's something they can do. Plus, it keeps all the noise pollution in one place, keeps all the oil spills in one place, managed by professionals. There's just so many benefits to, let's say, having power being produced at a central power plant as opposed to a generator. And that's why I say your car And that's why I say that if, let me see, are we full? No, we're not full. We got plenty of room left. So you put your car, you plug it in to the wall, and it may burn a gallon of gas to go a certain distance if it were a gas vehicle, but if it's electric, because of the efficiency that the utilities run power plants at, a gallon of fossil fuel, or a given amount of fossil fuel, like energy, whatever you want to call it, however you want to measure it, will go a lot farther in your electric car. Like, some figures are up to basically double the efficiency sometimes. In other words, to go the same distance is going to cost you a little more than half of the amount of gas you'd otherwise use. Half the amount of energy. So, just saying that that argument, a lot of people don't realize that. And those of us who've been in the power industry know that. So it's really a disingenuous and for some uninformed argument to say that, oh, well, don't plug, you're just trading 1 gallon of fuel for another. No, it's not. No. The power plants are producing power much more fuel efficiently, and you're getting much better, quote, mileage if you're using an electric as opposed to a gas. But now that said, okay, so we're actually going to set up a place that makes landfill. Now that said, there's also some legitimate arguments against electric, and most of them have to do with what the extraction and production of minerals for batteries does to the environment. Okay. I don't personally know. I've never done the research on that. I have to take people's word for it. People say that it does awful things to the environment. Maybe it does. So, I don't know. That might be a decent argument against it. But an argument that will not hold water is to say, well, you're just, you're either burning fuel in your car or you're burning fuel at the power plant. That is not a proper argument. Sorry. Okay, so we got landfill being made. That's good. If we can get an early start on it, that is a good thing. Okay, also we need to produce lights. Yeah, so like I said, what we're going to try to do is increase production here a little bit of our raw materials. So by creating more brick, we can create more furnaces. We can create more steel furnaces. And by creating more steel furnaces, we're going to be able to increase the capacity of our iron and copper production, which is going to be huge. Oh, here we go with the science. Man, I'm letting this slip. Engine. Yes, do it. Got it. All right. And still good. So with that in mind, we should start producing some kind of steel. What are we missing? Oh, we're missing the brick. Got it. Okay, cool. Oops, nope, don't need all that. Dang it. All right, 1, 2, got it. So yeah, we'll start. We'll set up a spot here where we'll produce steel. And see, it looks like we are just totally going ham on the iron production. And okay, no science is packed up, good. We've got belts, good. And oh, you know what we should do? Okay, so we've got that. So what we do... Oh, I'm trying to remember how I did this. Go here. Go here. I'm trying to remember how I did this. Basically make a production that is nothing but steel. And it's weird the way this works, if I remember correctly. We... Okay. First of all, let's reroute the power lines. You know, there's never a good place to put these things, I swear. You're always going to end up rerouting them because reasons. Okay, let's see if I can remember how to do this. Doesn't need to be a super over-the-top steel production, however. It does need to... We do need to have something that accounts for the fact that it is produced rather slow. Okay, so that's going to pull copper and steel, or copper and iron ore into the furnaces on the right, but then these red inserters are going to take the iron plates and they're going to bring it over to this other furnace, which is going to be actually creating the steel. Oops. And turn around. There we go. Is that backward? That doesn't make any sense. Alright. And then this will feed into one belt, and then this will feed into one... Oops. This will feed into one crate. That easy. Okay. So, fluid handling. Yes. Let's start research on that. That's important. See, we need... The crazy thing is we need to get the technology caught up to the special stuff that we've gotten. So, I mean, we've got oil refineries, yeah, but we can't use them because we don't have a recipe to put in them because we don't technically have the technology. So, crazy stuff there. All right, you know what we're actually going to do, I think, to help increase the production of steel? We're going to do this. And... boom. to here, and then there. All right. Okay. Now, wait a frickin' second. No. No. Okay, what is the goofiness going on? Okay. Okay. I see what's going on here. Okay. We cannot have that. Okay, so that is where I jacked. That's where I screwed up. All right. So technically, what's supposed to happen is that this is supposed to be coal. Okay. And I have no tunnels. This is supposed to be coal and nothing but. And this is where the iron comes in. You can't actually split the feed, or you can't actually join the feeds here. I was trying to do that just to sort of save belts. I've done stuff like that. Well, like here, you know, I just put them all on one belt just to kind of get things going. But here, you actually can't do that because it will want, if this ever runs, if the second furnace in the chain, in other words, you know, the chain being first it goes to iron, then it goes to steel. If that furnace pulls from that belt to get coal, but instead it's like, oh well, hey, there's an empty spot for a split second. There could be an empty furnace and it will pull iron off the belt, iron ore, and put it in there and smelt it. So we need to keep the iron ore off the belt so that the only material that can be smelted is whatever this red inserter feeds it. And the way we do that is by inserting the iron only on one side. Okay, so my bad on that. So let's go ahead and slap this furnace down again. Okay, so there we go. That should be steel only. Right? Yes, there we go. So let's go ahead and get this iron out of here. Yep, there we go. All right, so that's bootstrap production of steel. Great. Oil processing. Oh, yeah, we're going to want that. We'll do that. We're definitely going to want circuit networks, but let's do the oil processing first. And I love the graphics. The graphics have changed. The little icons. What is that thing? Bulk rail loaders. Okay. Gravity feed devices. Rapidly load, unload hopper cars of bulk materials. Okay, so does that mean we have a different rail carriage then? Maybe? This is hopper cars, so I don't know. I'll have to keep an eye on that one. Let me see, does it actually open up any kind of different rail cars? No, it does not. Okay. Oh, the car just goes underneath it. Got it. Okay. Okay. All right. I think I get that. Okay. Look different on the map, or look different in the sciences there. The icons. Okay, so steel is going, that's going. And with that, we're actually going to have to increase the amount of iron. Again, let's check the power. Bouncing up to about half. And that is full. Looks like everything's going well. So I think more mining machines. I think we need to get more mining machines going so we can increase the output of copper ore. Or, I'm sorry, copper and iron. You know what? I'm actually going to go up here and hoover up some of these chips. And all right, so what am I out of if I want to make these? I'm out of iron. My goodness, I tell you what, nothing changes in Factorio. Shortages never change. You're always short of iron. Never fails. Okay, so I think I'll replace this belt here with red. Am I actually going to run out? I am totally going to run out. You got to be freaking kidding me right there. Okay, well, what we can do with that, pretty easy, I suppose. Okay, that just keeps the iron moving at a good clip because we are going to fill that belt up. And, okay, oil processing is done. Let's get energy distribution done because I'd like to get production of big power poles underway. How much do big power poles cost? 2 steel, 2 copper, and iron stick. I love that. Iron stick. One of the most non-technical terms in the game. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be slow. Copper, we just don't have a ton of ore. I'll throw some more there. And then, let's see. Landfill production. Again, this goes really slow. Let's see where we're at. Just 70. See what I'm saying? It's super slow. Okay, that increases our output quite a little bit. Now, let's see, do I have any more red belts? Yes, I do. Fantastic. Good. Because any place you bring these 2 belts together like this, right here, I mean, yellow belts are 15 items per second, and the red belts are 30. So basically, we can unload 2 yellow belts onto a single red belt by doing this. So it just increases the throughput, and that's what that's sort of the all-powerful force that we bow to in this game is throughput. So, excuse me. Oh boy, they've added a whole bunch of new whatchamacallits here on the of new options here on the map. This is new. So we've got logistics network, electric, yeah, turret coverage, got it, pollution, okay, different icons, but yeah, rail stop, yeah, player names, tags, worker robots, and rail signal states. Recipe icons. Huh. Okay, I guess that's a way for us to mark things on the map. Okay. Oh, also, one of the things I did, I dropped a solar-powered radar set up here just to kind of open things up, and I can start to get a look at other ruins that might be nearby, and just a way to kind of open the map up safely, I think. So that's what we're doing there. And I'll probably lay some others out, probably lay some other radar sets out. I'm kind of thinking, though, like this area right here is good for laying something out, and I'm thinking this would be a good place to start increasing. This would be a good place to use to increase the output of our ore. And, I mean, it's nice and flat, I think. And it's... yeah, we could bring copper up there. I think that would work. Nice and flat. And we'll have to make sure that the coal output is going to keep up. And again, I think with the mining machines, we might need to make some more to keep up. That's great and all, but yeah, 10. Let's do that. Okay, we could do that. Then, is this all copper here, or do I just got to get this rock out of the way? Yeah, I just got to get this rock out of the way. All right. I really would like to fit everything. I got 10 mining machines here. I'd like to fit them all right here if I can. But I think the only way to do that is to maybe do this. Okay, that works. Kinda. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, there we go. And let's get the science going again. This time, what do we got? Flammables? Yeah, we'll do that. It's all important. Okay, so if we got extra coal being mined, then we can get away with splitting it up here and taking the output of our copper ore, and eventually we're just going to cover it with mining machines. But we definitely need to do something to increase our output. At some point, we need to actually create part of our bootstrap base here. That's what this is. This whole introductory spaghetti base here is nothing but creating the items we need to make our more significant and permanent, say, mega base. So, so we need to work on things like splitters and tunnels and faster belts, all of that stuff. So let's see, this is going to be our copper input. And how much in the way of, let's see, furnaces. We're going to have to make some more furnaces, but let's at least get the, resources going where we want them to go. So we're going to split this. One is going to go toward the older setup, and this one is going to go toward the newer setup. And I don't think... Oh, man. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to replace all this red here, all this red belt here, because obviously this is not going to be the primary output. This is not going to be the only output for iron ore now. So we're actually going to pull up, even though we just made it. Hate to do it, but whatever. So, oh, the cliffs, the cliffs, the cliffs. Okay, and they're going to go right up to here. All right. And I think... blueprints. Okay, let's take a look at the blueprint book, which we have not done. Okay, let's go to the blueprint library. This blueprint book we don't need. Let us take this. This is our coal smelter. Yes, and this does... Right, this does coal and iron together. And obviously we can't use... Obviously we can't use robots, but we can certainly use this as a guide to set it up. How about that? Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, place it down. Okay, then we'll go ahead and use the red splitter right there. And how many steel furnaces we have? Alright. Just gotta remember my inputs here. Yep, we're gonna need some more. Okay, so probably I will have this done after a bit, and we'll come back when it's ready to go. Okay, so this pretty much does it for increasing our iron production for a little bit. That's good. And I think we will, as my British friends say, knock it on the head for this episode. And by the way, if you're listening to the music, it is Shipbreaker again, and I gotta say, after listening to it in the first video, once it was complete, I'm sold. I'm done it. I'm good with it. That's music we're gonna use for Factorio. We use Factorio music too at times, but man, I'm really liking the Shipbreaker music. So it's chill. It just reeks of the dystopian feel of being here on this planet and trapped. Don't have anywhere else to go or anything else to do, so we do the grind. And as depressed and however much we want to sing the blues, we're doing it because we have to. We got to get off this rock. So, all right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and start the circuit network research now. And all right, so yeah, guys. Well, thank you for being here, and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And I'll do some more off camera and maybe get copper going or something. Not sure, but we'll slowly build this base up. And if y'all have ideas, take a look at the map. If y'all have inspiration or ideas, be sure to leave your comments below. Love to hear them. And y'all have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao.